Summer travel season is here, and that made me start to think about a couple of things. One, emergency preparedness, not only for home, but as we travel. And in today's video, I'm going to show you 7 new items that I'm going to be adding to my go bag, but some of these I'm going to start taking on my travel adventures because it's coming into hurricane season on the East Coast, tornado season in the Midwest, fire season in the East and in Canada and many parts of the world now, and monsoon season in many parts of Asia, which means that's going to be power outages and you want to be prepared. So let's get going. A few years back, my son had a wedding in India, and guess what? The power went out in the middle of his actual wedding. And it wasn't a strange thing because the power went out in India all the time. But I also learned a very important lesson, and that is to be prepared for just about anything on my travel adventures. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some 7 great new things that I'm also going to start looking at putting in my go bag at home and in my car because they're really versatile and something that I think you guys will love as well. So let's get started. I have several videos in my emergency preparedness playlist, so I'm not going to go over a total go bag put together because I've done that, and you can catch those videos in the playlist, but I'm going to show you some new things. When the power goes out, the first thing you're going to want to do is get some power, and that brings me to my very first product. This is the Charge Shark Geek 170, and it is an amazing battery or power bank to take with you on your travel adventures or to stick in that go bag so that you have some power. One of my favorite things about this is the display, because when I have a battery and the power's out, I want to know, is this fully charged? Not like 4 dots, like exactly how much it's charged, how much power is going out when I plug something into it, and how much power is coming in when it's plugged into the wall or to a solar panel. So that is one of my favorite features of this battery. The other great feature is it's 24,000 milliamps, meaning it's going to charge, let's say, your phone many times. This battery is 170 watt output, which means it's going to be able to power either higher powered things or many things at once, like my laptop, my tablet, my phone, maybe even some of my filming device things. So I love that about this. And I also love that it is water resistant, meaning I can have this out if it gets wet with a little bit of splashing. It's not going to short out on me and be ruined. So that's really important, especially if you're in a power outage situation. You never know if there's going to be water around or something like that. It's an 86 watt battery, so it meets the 100 watt standard for travel. So it is safe for travel as well. This is one of my favorites because it's going to be able to travel with it, and it's great for a go bag. If you're someone who doesn't have room to store a larger battery, this might be the thing to have because you can power a lot of things all at once and keep everything charged that you have with you. Of course, if you want to recharge something like this, how are you going to do it if the power is out? And that brings me to my next item, and that is this. This is a folding solar panel that is water resistant. And I love this because it's just so small. It's a 25 watt solar panel, and as it opens up here, as you can see, it has nice water resistant panels here, so you can hang it on the outside of your backpack. This solar panel has 2 water resistant ports here. They have little silicone covers on them, so if it gets wet, if it's outside where you're backpacking or something, or it's just bad weather and you need to still charge, this will allow you to be able to keep going with your charge. You can hang it on a backpack, you can hang it out on your car or on a beach chair or something if you want to keep things charged. I used it to charge this. It was kind of a cloudy day and I probably didn't have this at the best angle, but I was getting between 9 and 11 watts of charge, and I probably could get more if I had it on a better day. But it's always good to have something so that if the power is out for a significant amount of time, you can have something like this to help charge a nice battery or phones or anything. So this is one of my new go bag must-haves, and maybe even going on some of my travel adventures, depending on where I'm going. Of course, if you're going to be charging something, you need to have a cord, and this is my go-to cord. I have this with me on all my travel adventures. I can charge 3 things at once. It has USB-C, it has Lightning, and micro USB, so a lot of different things can charge from this. And then the input part has USB-C and USB-A. So it's a great thing to take on your travel adventures, very versatile. I have this with me all the time, and I take this with me. This is a perfect combo right here. If you have the solar panel and the charging cord and this battery, you're going to be good to go for a lot of things. Speaking of another battery, I'm going to show you this one. This is the Luminade. It is a solar powered light that is also a battery, but it has a couple of cool functions. Number one, it's solar powered. It has a little hanging silicone strap here. So if you're having a tent or something you want to hang it up on, you can do that. This has a nice little light where if you want to set this up like a lamp, and it has a couple of different modes here so that you can change the lighting and dim it down, or even this one. This one is a candle light. And I take this with me when I'm traveling because at night I like to kind of calm down in bed and take away the blue light and bring in some of that calming red light or light that makes your brain think it's actually like getting to be evening. And this one kind of glows like a candle, which is really cool. It's a nice little light. And it also has a mode where you can turn it to just red light. So if you're just someone who likes red light at night, that's another thing. It lets the brain know, hey, it's time, get ready for sleep. This is a great one. It also has emergency flashing. So if you needed to get someone's attention, let's say you're in a car or whatever, this is a great way to do that. But the other really cool thing is it's a set of string lights, which I thought was really neat, especially if you're camping or something and you want to put up some lights like this that are just mild and kind of relaxing, comforting. These string lights work great. Plus, it has ports here to be able to output as a battery. So you can charge your phone or something with this. So put this out in the sun, it recharges itself. And now you have a battery to charge a phone, something that you want to have to keep you in communication with people. And it is a silicone gasket here, so it's going to be water resistant. So if it's around water where it's getting splashed, this thing is going to do great. And it's one of my favorite new travel adventure items that if I'm taking it, I will use this, like I said, on my nightstand as a little glow light for red or candle. And then you never know, wrap these around a balcony and have a little party. But multifunctional, solar powered battery and lights, a great add to your go bag or for your travel adventures. I always carry a headlamp with me when I travel because it's just a source of light. And if I need my hands free, I want a headlamp to be able to work or do whatever I need to do and use my hands. And this one is one I'm trying out that I think is really cool. It is solar powered as well, or solar rechargeable. But if you don't want to charge it by solar, by simply tipping this here, you can charge it by USB-C through plugging it into an outlet or through a battery like this or something like this. But this is a great headlamp because it has the tilting head and it has a couple of different modes where it has high beam, medium beam. This is unique because of solar, but it's also unique because it has a magnet back here, so I can magnetize it to the side of my car or the hood of my car or anything metal. And the unique feature about this light is it has something that allows it to detect motion. This will turn it off or on when there's motion. So any kind of motion that comes by, you can use it as like a little motion detector to let you know, oh, there's motion, and it's going to turn it off or on. Again, it's another great go bag thing to have. Solar rechargeable. So if for whatever reason you can't get to power, put this out in the sun, it'll recharge itself and you'll be able to have some light and be able to use your hands. Another item I think every go bag should have is a flashlight. And I like this one because it's solar rechargeable. You could also recharge it by plugging it in. It has USB-A and USB-C and a silicone water resistant cover on that. So this can get wet as well. This has your standard light as well as flashing for an emergency if you need it. And it also has a lamp. So if you just want to use this as a lamp or something, this is a great flashlight to have. It's really, really lightweight. So that's why I thought for travel, it might be good. It's just so lightweight. It almost feels like, you know, when you get a flashlight and there's no batteries in it, that's what it feels like, really lightweight. So I think a flashlight's good to have. And again, solar rechargeable. If you can't get to power, you can get to the sun and get this recharged. This next item was unique to me, and that's why I brought it up. It has a lot of different features to it that could be useful to you in a go bag or even to take with you when traveling. It has a carabiner, so you can take this with you on your backpack or your travel suitcase, your personal item bag, so that's great. It has a seatbelt cutter here, so That's always important. If you happen to get in an accident, you need to cut that seatbelt away. This is great. It also has a bottle opener here, and of course, it has a light. This light has many functions. It has very bright to lower to yellow to something that's lower in yellow light, and then a red light. Again, if you're like me and you want red light at night, this is a great thing to have. And it has flashing red. So that way, if you have to signal someone for an emergency, this is great. It also has a magnet here. So that way, if you need to put this on the outside of your car because you're trying to get someone's attention with that emergency flashing red light, it can stay out there. It also has a silicone gasket, as all of these things do, to plug in and charge USB-C. And then if it gets wet, it's okay because it has the silicone cover on it. The other unique thing about it is if you open this up, this has a whistle, an emergency whistle here, a couple of little screwdriver tips that are flathead and Phillips head. But the most unique thing about this was it also has this little button. If you hold it here, it's a cigarette lighter. And if you have a match that won't strike against the striker, you can put that here and it's smoking because I used it to make sure it would work. You can light up a candle and some other things that way. If you need to use this for emergency lighting, a fire or something, that works great. So just multifunctional, really cool. I think it's a great little gadget that's something to add to a small go bag or outside of your go bag or to take with you on your travel adventures. This last item has been literally almost a lifesaver for me, and it is a mini USB powered heating pad. And last year, for many of you who know, I broke a vertebrae in my back and my back was out for a long time. This was something that was a lifesaver because I was able to move around and have some heat. I was able to put this on and then plug it into like this. And then on low, it would go for 11 hours. And on high, it would go for 6 hours to help keep my back feeling good. I even took it on a flight so that I was able to have some warmth because sitting on those flights with a bad back was just pretty agonizing. But I was able to strap this on and get this powered up. Now, for emergencies, using something like this is something that could really be a lifesaver in a go bag because if you have this, you have a way to keep warm. So you don't know what time of year it's going to be where you're going to need your go bag or something like that. You can put this across your chest, either this way or this way, across your back, places where there's a lot of blood flow. Get your core warm with something like this and plug it all in. And then, of course, if you need it by your feet, you can put it down there and keep your feet warm. This folds up so small. I love this for travel. If you're out and about on your travel adventures and you end up with a back that's not feeling great when you get home, having something like this that you can plug in, or even if you're out and about and having a battery pack like this to plug into this just to get you some warmth on your back. This saved me so much last year, being able to move and keep that warmth in there to keep the muscles kind of lubricated and warm. This was great. And it's so small, you can see folds up, and it's great for a small go bag or on your travel adventures. In an emergency, you want a waterproof bag like this, where you can keep all of these electronics, because the last thing you're going to want is to have all these electronics and they get wet and they're no good to you. So having a waterproof bag, this one is amazing. I can put this stuff all in here and it is completely submersible and nothing's going to get wet. They come in a variety of sizes, everything from this size, which is kind of like their packing cube, to a toiletry size, to flat packs for documents and things like that you want to have in your go bag. I always recommend people keep things in waterproof bags so they don't get ruined, because again, the last thing you want is when you are in a perilous situation, you want everything to be working, and this bag is going to work great. Again, I'm not going to show you a whole go bag. I will have links in the video description to my travel preparedness or preparedness playlist, so you can take a look at all those videos and see what it is that I pack. But just wanted to bring you some new things today. If you have some great ideas you want to share with our community, put them in the comments, because I'd like to know, and I think everyone would like to know. If you like this video, I think you're really going to like this one. And remember, travel adventure favors the prepared. Happy travels and happy prepping.